IShowSpeed is in Kenya. And before he came to Kenya, Americans thought we speak like this. Whatever language that is. And they thought we use butter trade. That is laughable. And they thought we live in manyatas because we poor Africans can't afford a stone. We are so poor. We can't afford a stone or cement. Yeah. And actually, they thought we use a donkey. Donkeys for transportation. We can't afford a car. We can't afford a car. We poor people. Jesus Christ. The funniest bit is that they say, oh, you know, they brainwashed us. They brainwashed us. They lied to us. Who lied to you? Who lied to you? Don't you guys have a Google map in America? Don't you guys have YouTube in America? I mean, don't you guys have phones? Who brainwashed you? No one brainwashed you. You have a phone. You have a TV. That's just pure ignorance. It's pure ignorance. Yeah. And at this point, I'm thinking, they think we actually don't wear clothes because we are poor. We are poor. We are poor folks. We can't afford clothes. They think we cover our private parts with leaves. Wow. Just wow.
Buildings. They got power. Not yet. They got towers. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay and tribes and tents, bro.
Man, this whole time, bro, they made us fucking think Africa was such a poor country, bro. Such a place you wouldn't want to be at, bro. And Speed is single-handedly changing my perspective on life. Like the music in Africa.
Right, guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Mr. J and this is Mr. J the Diaspora. Thank you so much if you have subscribed, and if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and I believe that we can do it even this week. So you are an amazing person. Please consider subscribing. Now, guys, Africans are angry at Americans. At those particularly those Americans that are crying and showing and showing emotions when they are seeing this IShowSpeed video going around Africa, Kenya, South Africa, seeing how much they are developed, and then they're getting emotional, saying that they never knew that that Africa has cars, Africans have good roads, Africans have buildings. They're saying that is crazy. They're saying that they didn't expect American to be this ignorant. And guys, I was watching those videos and I was like, they're making sense. Because tell me why American with good internet, Americans with everything, you still don't know how much Africa is developing and how much Africa is developed. So guys, you see, it shows some little disrespect to Africans, and that's what they're saying. That's actually what they're saying, that it is showing some signs of disrespect to Africans. Going on there crying that, oh, you never know, you're blackmailed, you didn't know all these things. I have done reaction about it. You can go and check it out. But again, and I was like, when I was doing the reaction about it, I was talking about it in a positive way, that these things have been hidden from them for a very long time. Now they are seeing it. But again, let's talk about it. America has good internet, and actually it had internet before even Africa. If you see it like that. But again, so you have all these resources and you can't even check out about Africans. So all along, you guys have been believing that Africans are living in trees. Africans don't even have source of transport. Now that is crazy. Now that is very, very crazy, guys. I don't know what you think about this, but according to me, I also feel some type of way that some Americans are ignorant, and also some of them that is actually somehow showing disrespect to Africans. But let us not go further. Let us listen to some other people talking about it, then we will come back to do more reaction. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and also don't forget to share this video.
Americans are the most annoying when it comes to this IShowSpeed thing. I wasn't supposed to do this. It's not my type of content. But you know what? Let me just air my frustrations. So you guys are out here with your jaws dropped, acting like IShowSpeed has actually shown you what Africa really looks like. What does that even mean? Do you know how disrespectful that sounds? And ignorant. No, actually, ignorant is the word for it. So you all have Safari, you have Google, you have Bing, you have Brave. With all the internet out here, you still want to tell me that you thought we still swing on trees, live in mud huts, and speak in other languages apart from English and behave like we are always hungry and we... What do you mean? Where did you think IShowSpeed was coming to sleep? On top of a tree? Because you all are literally crying. Okay, you all drink coffee every day. Where do you think coffee comes from? We literally export avocado, coffee, tech. And you want to tell me you thought all that America is in this cocoon and it produces everything that it has on its own, and you're crying. Thinking that we don't have love, we fight all the time. Okay, you know what? Let me give you your own cup of tea. We see all the time on the TV what America is portrayed to be, which is portrayed to be a very rich place with opportunities and stuff like that. But that is not all we take in as Africans. We use Google and Safari to research the good side of America, the bad side, the poor side, all these other sides that are not portrayed. Why? Because we have the internet. You have the internet as well. Free of charge. Now, we see that you people get things on credit. Do you think all that is everywhere? No. We get to research on that so that we don't come to you and get shocked. So what is all this crying that is going on around here? Do you know the world of export and import? I don't get this. It is honestly annoying, and you guys cannot be that ignorant. That cannot be the best side of America, is it? Is that why some of y'all come here and behave like you're better than us in some way? Y'all were shocked that we treated IShowSpeed as a human being, and white people, where he actually lives, insulted him just because he's black. You were shocked that we gave him our whole audience. You're shocked that when you come here, you'll be treated like a no. I am tired of this. You all stop making those videos. Use the internet. Train your kids to use the internet and not take things on face value. I hope this is not the majority of America. I just please hope it's not, because all it's showing us is you guys shouldn't have colonized us in the first place. No, your white skin and that country shouldn't have done anything here. We should be colonizing you guys at this point. Tech? The battery on your phone, where do you think that comes from? I'm tired of these videos. Stop making them.
I'm just learning online now that it took one guy, IShowSpeed, to actually open the eyes of most Americans, especially Black Americans, my brothers and sisters. It took IShowSpeed to actually open you guys' eyes that Africa is not is not what the Western world has sold to you guys that it is. Africa is not what it is. Like, Africa is not what your government, the American government, every other, the Europeans. It's not. Africa is not what they have told you that it is. Honestly speaking, anything and everything that you think the Western world has, Africa has it in 100 fold. That is the truth. Africa is actually the richest continent on the surface of this earth. Literally every raw material you can think of, every fucking raw material you can think of that the Western world used to produce whatever they produce weapons, produce machineries, produce infrastructure, produce this, produce that. They are all gotten from Africa. So how the fuck do you tell me that Africa, who is the main producer or producer of all every fucking raw material on the surface of the earth, how do you tell me such continent is poor? That's just a propaganda, and that is just, an idea that the Americans and the Western world sell to you people. That is just their own idea. They just want to control the narrative. And let me tell you something. One of the greatest nightmare of the Western world is that Africa and other mixed Africans. That is African American, Latin American, whatever the fuck American that you think you are, that you're now mixed. They don't want us to unite, because if we come together, that would be their greatest nightmare. Because Africa has the products, we have the raw material, we have the highest population on the in this world, in any continent, and wherever the population is, whoever has the highest population should actually control the wealth and the resources of the world. That is one thing they know. So, and they don't want that, because if Africa should rise and become more powerful than the Western world are, they just fear that power will go out of their hands. That is one thing they don't want. They will just use that one to push a narrative and an agenda that Africa is this, Africa is that, Africa. That is all bullshit. That is all fucking bullshit. Like I said, whatever you think the Western world has, Africa has it in 100 folds. It's just that the Western world are so obsessed in being in control. They're so obsessed with being in control, and they're all savages that they can do whatever they want in order to still be in control, which is to kill. That is why they commit genocides everywhere, try to cover up their crimes. You know, do every evil and foul things that you can ever imagine against humanity. And Africa is one country that takes the greatest impact of all the evil and atrocities they commit. So one thing I would really like to tell you, my African brothers and sisters in diaspora, is that if you're coming to Africa, if you want to come to Africa, you want to visit Africa for the first time, do away with every knowledge, every idea, every propaganda you must have heard that Africa is. Do away with it. If possible, erase it from your head completely. The fact that they must have told you that Africa is this, Africa is the jungle, there's no water, there is no car, there is no nothing. Do away with all that. Then come to Africa and experience it by yourself.
I knew Africa had a bad PR, but I had no idea how bad it was until I started watching the reactions to the famous American streamer IShowSpeed's tour in Africa. And here is my take as an African living in Japan. So many people are shocked that Africa doesn't look like huts and poverty everywhere, and honestly, I'm more shocked that you're shocked. My flabbergasted. First of all, I would like to use this as a reminder that Africa as a continent is huge and you can fit 3 United States in there. 3 of them. The other fact is that Africa is one of the fastest urbanizing continents in the world, and nearly 45% of the population live in urban areas. That's almost half of the continent living in urban areas. And this is urbanization defined by the United Nations, the World Bank, and all of these. Urbanization means cities and towns, not huts. And most of the cities where the majority of the population live in are capitals. And these were the center of activities in the previous empires. And then they became the center of slave trade, and also further in the colonial era became the center where natural resources were exported from. So of course, roads and networks were built around there, and the current modernization actually continued from those points. From a development point of view, you can see how this created a disparity between people living in the rural area and urban area. That's a whole other discussion, but it doesn't mean that the remaining population live in huts. To be frank with you, I'll tell the truth. I myself fell for that bad PR, to the level that when I was hearing stories from my grandfather's point of view, he was a son of a big chief of a clan in a certain village, I was fantasizing about going to visit these places with huts and people dancing around with funny raffia clothings. Tell me why when I was 18, I took all my savings and went to all these villages to visit. I saw this instead. And yes, I was disappointed. I was like, where are the animals at? Where are the huts at? Where are the people dancing at? So yeah, as an African, surprise, surprise, I also want to go visit the Masai Mara. I want to visit all the remote villages as well, where people live in huts and brown animals and have fruits for free. But there are just not that many of them anymore. Now that I live in Japan, when I go to the countryside, I feel like it's very similar to where I grew up in Congo, you know, the countryside of Congo. And I'm like, the only difference, the people are the same, the heart is almost the same. Maybe we speak different languages, but the infrastructure and, I don't know, access to electricity and water is there in both places. But in one, it's inconsistent, it's unreliable, there's a disparity, but don't let people fool you about what Africa as a continent is like in real life. I have so much.
Welcome back. Now, you see, I totally understand this. Somehow, I totally understand this. These Americans who are crying on the internet, and especially the Black Americans, the ones who are doing all this drama. Now, somehow I understand them. I understand from where they come from, but again, I feel like you guys, despite the fact that you have been told all this thing, you guys have phones. You guys, you know that you watch footballs. You know big players that come from Africa. people like Sadio Mane, people like Salah. Do you believe that these people come back to Africa to live in trees? Does that what you think? You also have celebrity big actors from Africa. Lupita Nyong'o is actually from Kenya. Chadwick Boseman was from South Africa. So you meant that those people were coming because Lupita Nyong'o is always in Kenya taking videos. So you guys have not been seeing all those videos. You have not been seeing all those videos, guys. On a serious note. So you mean that Lupita Nyong'o comes from America, where he has good house, I believe so, and comes in a art in Africa, and comes in a house built with stones and mud in Africa. Is that what it means? You see, as much as we want to make peace with our fellow Black Americans, with our fellow, because we believe that they're also Africans. So they're our brothers. As much as we want to make peace with them, they should not also be this ignorant. I believe that you guys, you can do your research. You can do your research. Actually, someone like Lupita Nyong'o is a father. I believe that you guys know Lupita Nyong'o, and if you don't know her, you can go check on her. Yes, she has done a lot of movies. She has even won an Oscar award. And not even Lupita Nyong'o alone. There's so many great actors from Africa, from Nigeria, from South Africa, from Ghana. So guys, you see, it's crazy. Someone like Lupita Nyong'o, his father is a governor in Kenya. So you believe even the president live in a stone. So when the president of Kenya comes to America, when the president of South Africa come to America wearing a suit, what does it mean? There are people there. We have good roads. We have good infrastructure. Guys, actually, I believe that it's only I believe that even if we Africans work hard, there's a day that they will pass even the Americans. And I'm saying this, recording it. I believe that we can do it because we can do it because we came from. Actually, it's true that at some time in the past, Africans were poor. Africans were living in the arts, but right now it's different. Africans are working hard. Africans are working hard. It's the only problem we have is corruption. Somehow in so many countries, and actually I know that also some countries in Europe and also in America. I know America is a country on its own. There's corruption also there, and I also believe that, and I also believe and I know that also in America and also in Europe and in any other continent, there's also poor people. One thing I'll tell you for sure about Africans never left their culture. As much as we are developing, but we never left our culture. We still believe in traditional wedding. We still believe in these traditional things, but we never left our culture. And that's why you even saw IShowSpeed going to those cultural places. And even if you saw his video in Kenya wearing the Masai, but it doesn't mean that and actually it's good that he even showed you the urban place and went to the Masai. That actually means that we are still developing, and at the same time we never left our culture, and that's a good thing about us, guys. And at this point I'm so disappointed, but again I still trust and believe that we as blacks, we as Africans, we can work together and we can believe in each other. So I hope you guys have seen. If it had to take you a 20-year-old boy to come to Africa for you to see that, cool. You guys have seen it now. Let us work together. Let us love each other the way we are supposed to love each other. Guys, tell me your opinion about this particular video, and of course don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and also don't forget to share. When you subscribe and when you like the video, YouTube algorithm share it more. So guys, we are on our journey to 1,000 subscribers, and I believe we can do it. We can do it this week. See you in the next video. Goodbye.